He's the pride of Guadalajara, the Mexican maestro, the unified super middleweight champion of the world, Canelo Alvarez. His challenger, undefeated knockout artist and pride of Puerto Rico, Edgar Berlanga. It's prime time.
Canelo versus Berlanga, plus Lara versus Garcia. Saturday, September 14th, live on PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning or good afternoon for those of you watching on the PBC YouTube page. We are back here in Las Vegas as Fight Week continues. Coming up on Saturday night from T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, we celebrate Mexican Independence Day weekend with a dynamic night of boxing. It is Canelo Alvarez defending his super middleweight championships of the world against the undefeated, hard-hitting from Brooklyn, New York, proudly representing Puerto Rico, Edgar Berlanga. The rivalry renewed between Mexico and Puerto Rico. The card is absolutely stacked from top to bottom. It is being presented by Canelo Promotions, TGB Promotions in association with Matchroom Boxing. We start off the pay-per-view 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time, PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video. But before that, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time, we have 3 outstanding matchups coming your way, a part of our prelim action that are free on Prime Video, starting at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time. The entire card features 6 current or former world champions. Tickets are available. They are going quickly. AXS.com, or for those of you around the world, you can watch PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video. Want to acknowledge Tom Brown, the president of TGB Promotions, who is in the house here. Let's give a round of applause to Tom Brown, who's doing an amazing job as always. I am on a quest to make sure that Tom gets into the International Boxing Hall of Fame because he certainly deserves it. Let's meet the fighters involved on our PBC on Prime Video prelims that are no doubt going to entertain fans around the globe. First of all, I want to bring up to the stage, this man will be taking on Richard Medina, who is not here, but Richard Medina from San Antonio, Texas, possesses a record of 15 wins against 2 defeats, 8 wins coming by way of knockout. The man who is getting ready to talk is going to be colliding against him. He's undefeated, 16 wins, no losses, a dozen wins coming by way of knockout, trained under the guidance of Eddie Reynoso, the trainer of Canelo Alvarez. He enters this fight with a 3-fight knockout streak. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the undefeated representing Orlando, Florida. Here is Jonathan Lopez.
First off, I want to thank God. I want to thank Eddie Reynoso. I want to thank my team. I want to thank my father. I also want to thank everybody that's here right now, everybody coming to the fight as well. You guys are the real champions, and I'm super happy to be fighting for this opportunity, fighting on Saturday, and showcasing my skills and my talent. Thank you all for coming here, and I'll see you Saturday.
All right, Jonathan Lopez, greatly appreciate Jonathan joining us. That is a matchup in the super featherweight division. Now we focus our attention on the always entertaining welterweight division. This one, no doubt, is going to be a battle as we bring up to the stage. This man is a native of Mexico City, trained by Isaac Cruz Sr., who incidentally trains his son, Isaac Cruz Jr., the former world champion. 25 years of age, making his U.S. debut here on this huge night of boxing celebrating Mexican Independence Day. His record, 19 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Coming up on Saturday, he will collide against Romero Villa. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Ricardo Salas.
Muy buenas tardes a todos. Me siento muy contento de estar aquí. Quiero dedicarle esta pelea a toda mi familia, a mi equipo de trabajo, Sean Gibbons, y me siento muy feliz, muy contento de estar aquí en Las Vegas.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm really happy to be here. I would like to dedicate this fight to my family, my team, to Sean Gibbons, and I can't say it's enough. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you very much.
Ricardo Salas, and now we bring up to the stage this man returning after giving Jaron Boots Ennis the toughest test of his career back in July of 2023. Prior to the Ennis fight, he delivered one of the biggest upsets last year when he upended the previously unbeaten Rashidi Ellis. His record, 26 wins, 24 of those coming by way of knockout against 2 defeats. This man has power in both hands. I remember watching him back in Panama years ago, and I knew he belonged at this level. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Venezuela, presentando Romero Villa.
Bueno, primeramente, gracias a Dios por esta oportunidad. Gracias a todos los presentes que están aquí. Le doy gracias también a PBC, a Samson Lekowi, por la oportunidad de estar nuevamente en este evento. Muchas gracias.
Well, first of all, good afternoon, everyone, and I want to thank God for this opportunity. I also want to thank PBC and Samson Lekowi for making this opportunity possible, and looking forward to Saturday night. Thank you very much.
All right, that was Romero Villa, and then this will be the main event of our prelim portion, PBC on Prime Video, prior to the pay-per-view, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time. What a matchup that we have in store, as this man will be taking on the former unified super bantamweight champion of the world. But we bring him up, his record, 30 wins against 2 defeats, 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Born in Sonora, Mexico, living in Phoenix, he enters this fight on a 3-fight win streak and aims to extend that to 4. He has been in there against the world's best, having competed against the likes of Luis Neri and Brandon Figueroa. Never one to shy away from a challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Carlos Castro.
You know, first of all, I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank my Lord Jesus Christ for this opportunity. Something that I've been waiting for, Yeah, I took 2 defeats, but these are the fights I want. I don't shy away from any fight. I don't shy away from anybody. That's why I'm here today. I'm here to prove myself, and I'm here to prove that I deserve to be here. Thank you, guys.
All right, a round of applause for Carlos Castro. Well, Carlos brought up a great point. He said about proving himself. The man to my right has proven himself over and over and over again. And I'm going to, before I bring him up, I want to tell a story about when he was coming up and rising up the ranks. He was always fighting undefeated guys. And when we were, this is before he was even a contender, because he always wanted to test himself against the world's best. It didn't matter what time, what day, et cetera, any part of the country. I believe before you even fought an eliminator fight, you had fought 7 undefeated fighters, half your fights. But there's a reason why this man is the former unified super bantamweight champion of the world. When I talk about him, I glow because he's a throwback fighter. This guy proudly represents his city of Philadelphia, PA, trained in his hometown. He's joined by Derek Boozy Ennis. A round of applause for his trainer as well, keeping that Philadelphia boxing tradition alive and well. Ladies and gentlemen, campaigning here in the featherweight division, please welcome Stephen Fulton.
Alhamdulillah. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. Man above, thanks for having me. I'm great. It feels good to be back. It's been a long time, but I'm happy to be back. I'm excited. I'm very anxious. Like I can't wait to get in there to display my skills and let it be a great night of fighting. Thanks for having me.
Stephen Fulton, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm going to talk with the fighters up here. I'm going to start off with Jonathan Lopez. Jonathan, when you're fighting on a card of this magnitude, you're undefeated, trained under the guidance of Eddie Reynoso. Being involved in the camp with Canelo and being on this card, what are you taking away from being around this environment as you prepare for Saturday?
Well, I'm just grateful to be in this moment right now, to be in this opportunity. I want to thank Eddie for that opportunity that he gave me. And, you know, this is just another day in the office for me. This is just another day of me, you know, going out there and showing my skills, showcasing my ability and my talent. And that's what I'm ready to do this Saturday.
Your opponent on Saturday night is Richard Medina from San Antonio. You know, he's been in there against, you know, some top-level competition. But what is your prediction for Saturday?
I've been in there with some experienced guys, too. So, you know, it's nothing really big for me. And my prediction is just a domination. That's what I always come out to do, and that's to dominate every fight that I you know, get an opportunity to do. And, you know, I'm just ready for Saturday, ready to showcase everything.
All right, Jonathan Lopez, we wish you all the best as you look to remain undefeated.
Thank you.
Jonathan Lopez, ladies and gentlemen. Now we'll move on to the welterweight division. Ricardo Salas from Mexico City. Ricardo, how much does it mean for you to be fighting here on this Mexican Independence Day weekend? You are making your U.S. debut and being a part of this historic night of boxing that means so much to fight fans around the world, especially in Mexico.
Ricardo, qué momento, ¿no? No solo peleando en el fin de semana de la independencia de México, sino que también es tu debut acá en Estados Unidos en una mega cartelera como esta. Contanos tus sensaciones y lo que significa para vos todo esto.
Sí, es mi debut aquí en Estados Unidos. Me siento muy contento, muy entusiasmado de esta gran oportunidad que tengo. Y pues hice una preparación muy fuerte y sé que vamos a dar una gran pelea este sábado 14 de septiembre.
Like you said, this is going to be my debut here stateside, so I couldn't be more thrilled or happier about it. And I focused on preparing as hard and as focused as I could, because this Saturday night it's going to be a show, and I'm going to give the fans the best I can, so that it's going to be a great fight for everybody involved.
Royman Villa, hard-hitting power puncher. How do you defeat him?
¿Cómo haces para derrotar a un boxeador potente como lo es Royman acá?
Sí, sabemos que Royman Villa es un boxeador muy fuerte, pero hicimos una buena preparación en el gimnasio y no tengo duda de que ambos vamos a dar una buena pelea este 14 de septiembre.
Yeah, Royman is a strong fighter, no doubt about that, but we laid down the fundamentals to be able to come out on top against him, and in the end what we're going to have is a great show, a great fight between both of us. We want to please the fans, and we're looking forward to it.
Looking forward to that matchup. Now we'll talk with your opponent, Royman Villa, to my right. Royman, your team told me that we are going to see the best version of you on a Saturday night. Can you tell us what that means?
Bueno, nos han dicho que vamos a ver la mejor versión de Royman Villa este sábado por la noche. ¿Qué significa la mejor versión de Royman Villa?
Bueno, yo creo que primeramente hicimos una buena preparación, buenísima, en altura. Siempre que peleo siempre doy buenos espectáculos, siempre. Y no, venimos preparados para el sábado para irnos con la victoria, si Dios lo permite.
Look, first of all, I had an outstanding training camp in the altitude. And you know that I also put on a great show every time I step out into the ring. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that strategy that we laid out during training camp, and I'm gonna come out with the victory, God willing.
Your prediction for Saturday night, don't mind.
¿Cuál es tu vaticinio para este sábado por la noche?
¿Cómo?
El vaticinio, la predicción. ¿Cómo ganas por puntos, por los jueces? ¿Cómo ves la pelea?
Por nocaut.
Knockout.
I love it. Royman Villa, ladies and gentlemen, matching up against Ricardo Salas. Now, we'll go to our main event on our prelim portion, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time, free regardless, on Prime Video, no matter what of your Prime subscription. We'll talk with Carlos Castro. Carlos, we mentioned about how you've been in there against several world champions, but you came up short in those affairs. How much did those experiences prepare you for someone like the former unified super bantamweight champion of the world in Stephen Fulton?
You know, yeah, I've been in there with them. You know, like I said, I don't shy away from anybody. And that's why I'm here right now. You know, I think it has prepared me mentally and physically, knowing what I have to do and what I'm capable of doing when I'm in there. And, you know, Steph Fulton is, you got to take your hats off to him. You know, I asked for an opportunity. I want to thank him and his team for this opportunity. The stuff he's done in boxing is a lot. You know, it's something that you got to admit. But, you know, Saturday night is a whole different story when you have two great fighters in front of each other.
Is this the kind of fight where if you're able to upend him and get your hand raised, that you feel like it sort of catapults you into the top 10 contender rankings here at 126?
He was the best 122-pound fighter, so you can't say nothing about that. You know, me beating Steph Fulton got to mean a lot more than top 10 because he was top 5.
So also fighting on Mexican Independence Day weekend, you are very proud of your Mexican heritage. Does that give you any extra added motivation to really go out there and put on a dynamic show?
Of course, just being in these type of fights, you know, give you that extra motivation, knowing that there's something beyond there, knowing that you're doing something good to be able to compete against fighters like these, you know, and being in an undercard like Canelo Berlanga is just a dream come true. So I'm just gonna go out there and give it my best.
Stephen Fulton, welcome back to the ring. It's great to see you. And what does it mean for you to be returning to the ring? I feel like if you could fight today, you would. But how much are you looking forward to making that ring walk and getting back inside the ring? Because fighting is something that you do very well at the highest level. But how much have you missed it?
A lot. I missed it a lot.
So what have you taken away since your last appearance in July? The one thing that I've always admired about you is that you have this mentality of dare to be great. You went overseas, it didn't go your way, but still you've done so many things in boxing that fighters wish they could do, and your career is far from over. But how much have you missed it, and also how much are you looking forward to getting back and sort of, you know, debunking some of those naysayers?
I'm not really worried about the naysayers. You know, people's always gonna have something to say, but I feel like I have to continue to do me and take care of me in this sport, and that's what I'm at right now. I'm in a great space. Training-wise, everything has been amazing. This is one of my best camps that I can say because I haven't overlooked the days. I haven't looked past the days. I lived and trained day by day and took it one day at a time. So I feel like me taking things one day at a time is what I needed instead of overlooking things. So I feel like I'm in a great space, and I can't wait to display because I am anxious. That's why I'm over here rocking back and forth.
Of course.
I'm very anxious
definitely.
to see how I'm going to like perform under those lights when I come back.
Carlos Castro, a guy that has been in there against some top-level world-class competition. You could have taken the proverbial path to least resistance. Instead, you're fighting a guy in Carlos Castro who you know is going to come out and try to push you to your limit. But why did you guys decide to settle on him?
I mean, I feel like it was the right decision for me and for my team. Feel like it was the right decision for me for as a comeback as well. A guy like him, he's the top contender. So, I mean, if they would have gave me a champion, I probably would have took that. But, you know, I had to settle for what I had to get.
What kind of statement are you looking to make? This is a new weight class for you, 126, and I know you bounced around and had catch weights along those lines, but fighting here in the featherweight division, what kind of statement are you looking to show to the rest of the division to say, look, you're going to have to deal with Cool Boy Steph for a long time?
Well, I can honestly say I'm just here to make a statement for myself, to get back. This is the get back for me, and whoever got a belt at 126, we gave a rematch. I done fought some of the guys at 26, beat them already. The rematch or whatever the case may be, but I definitely want them titles. I am here, and that's the statement I'm going to be making. I had something else I wanted to say, but I forgot that fast.
Well, let me ask you this. You mentioned about doing me. You said you want to do me. What does that mean for those that, you know, when it comes to the mind of Stephen Fulton, former unified super bantamweight champion of the world, what does that mean?
Fight for yourself, you know, do what makes you happy inside that ring, as well as listening to my corner, but fight for me and do what makes me happy as far as my career.
Does that lead me to believe that the pressure is off? I mean, there's always pressure as a fighter, but I feel like you're a little bit looser and you're really enjoying the process. Not that you didn't before, but is that what it means?
I'm definitely enjoying it because I feel like I'm at a different space in my career. I'm a little older, so I'm a lot more mature than I was like the previous year or years before me. So I feel like with that comes the experience and the growth within myself. And I am excited. I am happy to be back once again.
Stephen, we'll come back to you momentarily real quick. Carlos Castro against Stephen Fulton. Your prediction, sir?
A great fight.
All right, Stephen, you heard Carlos Castro. What is your prediction? How's it going down on Saturday?
Stephen Fulton, what's your prediction? You meant?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to...
No, hold on.
Go
My
forward.
prediction,
Like, wait a minute.
I feel like I'm going to put on a hell of an ass whooping. I want a knockout. That's what I want, though. I feel like I'm going to put on a hell of a performance, though, because I feel too good right now.
Well, you look good.
Amazing.
You feel good. And now we're looking forward to seeing you inside the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Stephen Fulton, also Carlos Castro. As this will be live and free on Prime Video, we're going to pose these fighters off, and then we will come back and get ready for our pay-per-view undercard. Stephen Fulton, Carlos Castro, also Royman Villa, Ricardo Salas, Jonathan Lopez, Richard Medina. A triple header before we go live on pay-per-view at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time. Tom Brown, the president of TGB Promotions, in the center.
All right, guys, let's face off on let's face off. Pull that, please.
You know, there's a different, that's why I had to bring it up. There's a different energy about it. But I would take me, I just
all right, guys, let's start from the corners. Right here first. Right here first. TV's in the back. Thank you, gentlemen. Please just hang by on the side. All right, by himself, yep. Just hang out right over here, yep. You just want to go right by yourself in the center. Right here first, please, down the front. TV's up top. There it is. All right, boss. You can just hang out right over here, please. We'll get you back in. Carlos, step. Please. All right, guys, let's face off. Hold that. All right, guys, here we go. The cameras right here in front together, please. All right, y'all. Thank you. Let's bring everyone in for group shot.
Stay right there, yeah. We're doing group.
Yeah, we're in a group shot. Rosie, if you want to come right next to him.
Right here?
Right there, as close as we can get. Everyone nice and tight. All right. Nice and tight, tight, tight. All right, everyone together right here, please, down in front. TV's in the back, y'all. Everyone together. All right, thank y'all very much for the fighters. Would y'all please go over to Radio Row, do some interviews on Radio Row? Thank y'all very much. All right.
All right, ladies and... Oops. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a brief pause. We're going to get ready for our pay-per-view undercard as we will have the 6 combatants that will be involved in our loaded pay-per-view card that'll come up, and we will talk with all the fighters and continue to get their thoughts in the final preparations. We'll come back in a few brief moments. Thank you.
Yeah, I've got, yes, sending everyone to Radio Row so that the media stay here.
Can I get the water?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here in Las Vegas as we continue to get ready for Canelo and Berlanga for the Super Middleweight Championship of the World that comes your way Saturday night from T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. It is PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video, promoted by Canelo Promotions, TGB Promotions, in association with Matchroom Boxing. The card is absolutely dynamic. 6 current or former world champions that'll be involved in this humongous night of boxing, celebrating Mexican Independence Day weekend. We will start off the pay-per-view, which matchup in the super lightweight division. This man has a record of 16 wins, opposite 1 defeat, 1 draw, 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Has a lot of momentum coming into this matchup against Rolando Rolly Romero, having won 4 in a row, aiming to make it 5 straight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Manuel Jaimes.
Got right into this joint. I just want to give all glory and thanks to God. Say I'm real excited to be here. Excited to be on this card with all these great fighters. I had a tough training camp, real hard training camp, and I'm coming to win this Saturday. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much to Manuel Jaimes. Now we want to bring up his opponent. His record, 15 wins, 13 of those coming by way of knockout. against 2 defeats, fighting out of Las Vegas, trained under the guidance of Ismael Salas. He is one of the most powerful and exciting, dynamic power punchers in the sport. And what I will say is that he's a unique individual. He beats to his own drum. Certainly a unique personality. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former WBA super lightweight champion of the world. Here is Rolando Romero.
Hello, guys. I'm just happy to be back here on this big stage again. I want to thank Al Haim and Louis DeCoupe Jr. and Premier Boxing. Thank you, guys.
All right, greatly appreciate it, Rolando Romero. And once we are done with opening comments, we will talk with all the fighters. Now, this matchup is for the interim WBA Super Middleweight Championship of the World. And let's just say that, in my belief, these guys will not be exchanging holiday Christmas cards down the line. As we bring up to the stage, his record 28 wins, opposite no defeats, 21 wins coming by way of knockout. Training in Las Vegas and representing Glendale, Arizona. Last year scored knockout victories over Vicente Martin Rodriguez and Rodolfo Esquilla Martinez in back-to-back matchups. Most recently having bested Chris Pearson by unanimous decision in January of this year. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated Trevor McCumbee.
We ready? What's up, everybody? I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Thought that none of this would be possible. I want to thank PBC, Louis DeCoupe, Tom Brown, also Gary Jonas and Anthony McDonald. You know, we're ready to fight, and I'm ready. That's really about it. I want to thank all the media for coming out. Without you guys, none of this, you know, making this event so big. It's great, and all the fighters on the card as well, including my opponent. And we're ready. I'm ready to fight. Thank you, guys.
All right, Trevor McCumbee. Now his adversary that'll be standing across the ring from him on Saturday night. Also, I know that, you know, we have a lot of business here in the media center, but if we can keep it down so that we can hear all the fighters a bit more clear and succinctly. We bring up to the dais a man who has a record of 22 wins, 13 of those coming by way of knockout against 2 defeats. He is one of the most elite super middleweights here in this era. And the one thing about this man is that he always has wanted to test himself against the world's best. If there is a word to describe this man, it is throwback fighter, because that's what he is. He's a student of the game, he's a proud family man, and boy, has he provided us some spectacular fight nights, including the 2022 Knockout of the Year over Anthony Durrell. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, fighting out of Las Vegas, representing Nashville, Tennessee, the former IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the World. Welcome back. Here is Caleb Plant.
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all for showing up today. I want to thank Al Heyman, Louis DeCoupe, BBC, Prime Video. I want to thank TGB, Brittany. And yeah, it's taken a lot of hard work to get here and to get back to this place. So, you know, one thing I love to do and one thing I've done throughout my career is study the greats, because, you know, being successful is all about being intentional. And something that I read a long time ago, it says, success is on top of the hill and nobody walked uphill on accident. So one of the greats that I love to study is Andre Ward. And it's been a blessing for me because he's become a good friend of mine over the years. And anytime I've needed to reach out and look for direction or get an opinion, you know, he's always done his best to point me in the right direction. And one thing that I've heard Dre say time and time again is not all opinions are validated. And I think that that's a good, you know, theme for this press conference because, you know, the other day at the Grand Arrivals, somebody on his team, it may have been your brother, you know, was shouting at me, calling me a bum. And that's easy for him to say because he's on the sidewalk. Because I guarantee if you jumped out here in traffic, you get hit like a Mack truck. Like I said, come up here and say that in my face. See how that works out. No, come up here and say it in my face. So like I said, not all opinions are validated because Trevor himself knows that I'm not a bum. That's why you want to fight me, because you want to be on the big leagues, you want to be on the big stage, and you can't do that by fighting a bum. You do that by fighting a real fighter, and that's what you're looking at, a real fighter, not a bum. So it don't matter what he says. You know I'm not a bum. Everybody you've been fighting is bums, but you're not fighting a bum now. So like I said, not all opinions are validated. So I guess basically the moral of the story is if you have a brother who's walking around calling professional athletes bums, then you don't have a little brother, you got a little sister, ain't that right?
Fuck you.
Caleb Plant, ladies and gentlemen, what is it now, 115 degrees? It got really hot up here right now. Let's just say I don't want to be the third man in the ring when these two guys collide. So, co-main event will be for the WBA Middleweight Championship of the World, and we mentioned about the incredible world-class championship talent that is on our pay-per-view card with Canelo Berlanga. This man, 37 wins, 21 of those coming by way of knockout against 3 defeats. You know, what's interesting is that he's still so young, but he's accomplished so much in his career. I remember when he knocked out Amir Khan with a vicious left hook and has had big moments back in September of 2013 on the undercard of Mayweather Canelo. He bested Lucas Matisse, who was running through people. His dad even gave up and said, I'm so confident in my son, I'm willing to wager my hair. He's got a full head of hair, so you know where that went. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, proudly representing the incredible fighting city of Philadelphia, PA. He is the former WBC welterweight champion of the world, the former unified super lightweight champion of the world, looking to become a 3-division world champion, trained under the guidance of Angel Garcia, his father. Here is Danny Swift Garcia.
How you guys doing? First of all, you know, I want to thank God. I want to thank PBC. I want to thank Al Heyman. I want to thank my father, you know, my family, Team Garcia, all my fans around the world. You know, I'd like to thank the Watson family for always having my back. You know, my brothers from another. I appreciate y'all. But, you know, it's been a hard 2 months of training. And it's crazy because I guess the older you get, the faster the days go. It feels like I just started training for this fight. But, you know, we worked so hard. All the hard work is done. And now it's time to go in there and take that belt. See you guys Saturday night.
Danny Swift Garcia, ladies and gentlemen, as now we want to bring up, this man has a record of 30 wins, 3 losses, 3 draws, 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from the great Cuban school of boxing and has become one of the greatest amateurs of modern times, a 2-division world champion who will be defending his WBA middleweight championship of the world. He's trained under the guidance of Ismael Salas. Ladies and gentlemen, he's boxing's oldest current world champion, always in barn burners. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning and defending middleweight champion of the world. Here is Edeslandi, the American Dream, Lara.
Buenas tardes a todos. Quiero darle las gracias a Luis de Cuba Jr., a Heyman, PBC. Estamos listos. Nos vemos el sábado, 14 de septiembre. Gracias.
Hi everybody, I would like to thank Louis Cuba Jr., Al Heyman, and PBC for making this happen. I'll see you on Saturday night.
All right, Edeslandi Lara. Now I'm going to talk with Manuel Jaimes. Manuel, you are riding a 4-fight win streak, but, you know, obviously fighting at this level is different. You're taking on Rolly Romero, a former world champion. How big of a moment is this for your career?
It's really big. It's the biggest moment of my career. It doesn't get any bigger than this stage that we're fighting on. But, you know, I'm ready. I had a tough training camp, hard training camp, and I'm ready to get the win this Saturday.
Not giving away your game plan, but where do you feel you're better than Rolly?
I mean, Rolly's a really good fighter. You know, he held a world title. He's been in there with some of the best fighters in the world. But, you know, I think he's just I think he's just getting a little bit older, you know. And I'm young, I'm hungry, so I think I'm gonna just outwork him this Saturday.
Rolly, he just said that, he believes that you're a bit older, which, you have a lot of experience in the ring fighting the likes of Gervonta Davis, Isaac Cruz, having, bested, some top-level competition. But, what is your response to the fact that he's saying you're older?
Do I look old to you?
I don't think you look old, but again, I'm not standing in the ring with you. His words, not mine. How would you assess your opponent, Manuel Jaimes?
Just another day for me.
What is this fight week like for you? You're in bounce back mode, looking to get back in the win column, but how important is this fight for you?
Well, every fight's important. You got to win, right? So just that. But I'm not looking past them. It's going to be a great night Saturday night. You're going to see it's going to be a highlight reel.
So is that the kind of statement you're looking to make? You want to go ahead and tell the entire world that Rolly's back and stronger than ever?
Yeah, Rolly's back.
Well, quickly, before I let you go, you look very relaxed in your attire. It looks like, like something that you would go and take a nap in. How did you decide on that? You look very relaxed.
I just woke up and got out of bed right now.
Okay, well.
My bad. I ain't even completely woken up yet.
Well, I'm glad Rolly joined us from bed. So, Rolando Rolly Romero, Manuel Jaimes. All right, now we transition to the interim WBA Super Middleweight Championship of the World. And when it comes to grudge matches on this card, I think this one certainly fits the bill. Trevor McCumbee, I was up here and you guys were going back and forth. First of all, is there bad blood between you guys, and where does that stem from?
There's no bad blood on my side. I mean, we're getting ready to fight, so, things are going to be said. I think Caleb's, put this thing in his head that, I think he needs to just, make his opponent every time he gets in there a villain, and that's cool. I don't really let things get in my head. I go in and I handle business no matter who I'm fighting, and anything anybody says in press conferences or anything like that, it doesn't mean nothing to me.
So the words that you both exchange, it doesn't add any extra motivation to you?
Oh, it does a little bit. I mean, I think he's just emotional. He's he lets people get in his head way too easily. I think he got really upset that he was called a bum. I don't think Caleb's a bum. He's not a bum. He's former world champion, but he beat Uzgatagi and Durrell, and I mean, besides that, just looking at those, I don't know who else he's beat in the high level.
But we don't know anybody that you beat.
I know that. That's why we're fighting on Saturday. So we will see, baby.
Caleb, for you, the war of words between you two, I mean, you've been there and have fought the world's best, but how does Trevor McCumbee rank in terms of the opponents that you've stepped inside the ring with?
I mean, we'll figure that out on Saturday night. He is undefeated, and he's looking to stay that way. So I know he's coming in motivated, but me and my team, we've had a great camp. And, I'm sure a lot of fighters say this at press conferences, but this is like the best camp I've ever had and the sharpest I've ever boxed. And, it's been some time since my last fight, but I've done 359 rounds of sparring since my last fight. So I've been staying busy, and I'm extremely sharp. So we'll see where he ranks after. We got to figure that out.
How much have you missed this 18 months away from the ring? You were born to be a prize fighter, taking on an undefeated guy in a bounce back. You could have taken a guy that is not undefeated and not a power puncher like him, but, how much have you missed this?
Yeah, I mean, I love being under the lights. I love all the fight week festivities. And, this is the name that they brought to me. And, besides some of the mega fights I've been in, I don't really pick between opponents. They send them to me, and, I nod my head and say, let's get it. So, yeah, I'm excited to be back.
I've heard nothing but rave reviews from your camp, Stephen Bradman Edwards, your father, Richie Plant, your lovely wife, Jordan Plant, and, I see that your daughter, Charlie Plant's in camp as well. But, that family atmosphere that you have within your gym, how much does that mean to you? You're going to be wearing some shoes as a tribute to your family as well. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, it means the world to me. I mean, You guys know I'm a family man. I love my family. You know, it means a lot to have my dad in there with me, Doretta, you know, Charlie, Jordan, and, you know, Brett. He's like an uncle now, so it means a lot. You know, I have a good team. I enjoy working with all of them, and it makes the process, you know, a lot more fun.
Trevor, a win over Caleb Plant. What does that do for your career?
Oh, it's huge. Obviously, you guys know he has a name. So we both chose to fight each other, and it's a match made in heaven. We're going to have a great fight, and I'm coming to take his will. And
Saturday night, in the mind of Trevor McCumbee, how does the fight unfold against Caleb Plant?
we'll see. You know, I don't know how he's going to come out. He doesn't know how I'm going to come out. So, but I guarantee you guys, you need to tune in, show up, watch this fight. It's going to be a great fight. I think it's going to steal the show.
Caleb, a win over Trevor McCumbee would make you the interim WBA super middleweight champion of the world, putting championship gold around your waist. But where do you see yourself if you're victorious after this matchup?
With the WBA belt around my waist, you know, I can't see past that. It's one fight at a time, and you know, I'm focused on the task in front of me right now. So we'll see.
Caleb, you've had some bold predictions in the past, but on Saturday night against the undefeated Trevor McCumbee, how does it go down?
It goes down and the new. And like I said, then putting that WBA interim title around my waist, and it'll be nice.
Caleb Plant, Trevor McCumbee, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for them. And now we will get ready for our co-main event of the evening. That is Lara against Danny Garcia. Well, the one thing that the DSG team have always said, the DSG team and the DSG show is in the house. Now that you are once again here in Las Vegas, Danny, does it ever get old to you having been a part of mega event after mega event in your career?
It never gets old, but, you know, I definitely belong here. I remember 11 years ago when Mayweather fought Canelo, I fought Matisse on the undercard, and a lot of people thought I stole the show. So, you know, it feels great to be on this level. You know, I was born to be here, and I'm excited, and I can't wait. It's just another day at work for me.
Becoming a three-division world champion, what would that signify to you in your career?
You know, to me, I feel like I'm already a Hall of Famer, what I've done at 140 and 147. But like I said before, I feel like this will be the icing on the cake. You know, not two divisions is great, but three is legacy. Not many fighters can do that. So for me, I'm chasing greatness. You know, I'm going up in weight, and I'm doing what all the greats do.
What does Lara, what kind of challenges does he present to you on Saturday?
You know, he's definitely been around a long time, just like me. You know, he's fought a lot of great fighters, just like me. So, you know, we're two battle-tested warriors who've been here for a long time. And I know what I'm up against, and I prepare for that, and I can't wait to go and show the world why I'm the better man.
Well, the combination of you and your father, Angel Garcia, has been with you from the beginning, has been a winning formula. How much has that meant to you, having your father in your corner, and the fact that you guys are still doing it at this extremely high level, world-class level, here in Las Vegas and around the world?
It means the world to me. You know, like I said before, anybody could train you, but when you got a spiritual connection with your trainer, it's different, you know, because you guys connect on a different level. I mean, anybody could pick a trainer, and they might train you good, but when you and your trainer share a special connection, I feel like you can do great things. You know, every great trainer has a great fighter, and they're spiritually connected, and I think that's what we have, and that's what makes us like a special bond, and that's what makes us great, and that's why we're here today, because when no one believed, we believed, you know? So that's what being great's all about.
Well, it is great to see you back, Danny Garcia. Now we'll talk with the champion, Lara. Edeslandi, still you are boxing's oldest current world champion. Where do you find the desire to continue to compete and test yourself against the world's best at this level?
Edeslandi, sos el campeón más veterano del mundo en este momento en el del boxeo. ¿De dónde sacas la motivación, el deseo, ese fuego sagrado para seguir adelante y querer enfrentar a todos los mejores?
Bueno, la motivación que la saco de solamente pienso en mis hijos, en mi familia, en mi esposa, en mi equipo de trabajo. Creo que ahí está la motivación.
It's easy. I just think about my kids, my wife, the team that I work with every single day, and that makes it very, very easy for me to find the motivation I need to continue going forward.
You're taking on a 2-division world champion in Danny Garcia, who is aiming to become a 3-division world champion. What kind of obstacles does Danny Garcia present to you and assess him as an adversary?
Bueno, Danny García, 2 veces campeón, sabemos lo que representa él como rival, pero ¿qué tipo de obstáculos te presenta él? ¿Cómo lo evalúas como futuro rival?
Danny García es un gran boxeador, fue campeón en las otras divisiones superiores, es un gran boxeador, tiene una gran perspectiva, pero bueno, este es diferente, estamos en las 160 libras y vamos a ver el 14 de septiembre.
Danny Garcia is no doubt a great fighter, a champion in the lower weight divisions, but 160, that's a different beast. And we're going to see on Saturday night how he can adapt to this different weight.
Danny, I want to go back to you. He said that fighting here at 160 is a different beast, almost like he's saying he's going to give you a rude introduction to the middleweight division. Your response?
I've been hearing that my whole career. Oh, you the smaller guy, 140, 147. When I moved up to 154, I'm the smaller guy. I've been hearing that my whole career. I'm naturally a big guy. I just squeeze my body down to 140, 147, 154. So to me, I'm a natural middleweight. You know, you might not believe it, but this is my weight. This is where I'm comfortable. This is where I feel good. And they don't believe me, then you just gotta watch.
Edeslandi, over your recent memory, you know, you've reinvented yourself. You have been more and become more of a power puncher. Do you believe that Danny is going to be able to handle your power here in the middleweight division?
Edeslandi, a través de tu carrera has evolucionado y ahora sos un peleador más potente. ¿Crees que Danny va a poder aguantar la potencia de tus golpes?
Sinceramente no sé si va a poder aguantar los golpes. Lo que sí te voy a decir que yo vengo preparado físicamente y mentalmente para el sábado 14.
Look, I honestly can't tell you if he will or won't be able to withstand the power of my punches, but I can tell you that I'm mentally and physically prepared to withstand anything that he throws my way and to fight all the way to the end.
With Danny Garcia, if you get your hand raised over Danny, how big of a win would this be? With everyone that you've beaten and you fought and stepped inside the ring with, how big would this be for you in your career?
Considerando todas las victorias que has tenido durante tu trayectoria, ¿qué tan grande sería un triunfo contra Danny García este sábado por la noche?
Bueno, un triunfo con Danny García es como decimos nosotros, una raya más para el tigre, seguimos más adelante y seguimos buscando mejores peleas.
It will be another stripe on the tiger, and it will allow us to continue moving forward and looking for bigger and better fights.
All right, Danny, real quick, your prediction, how's it going down on Saturday night against Edeslandi Lara for the WBA Middleweight Championship of the World?
You know, I'm going to go out there and do my thing, and my hand will be raised at the end of the night. You know, I believe in myself 100%. I took this fight because I know I could beat him. And come Saturday night, I will be middleweight champion of the world.
Danny Swift Garcia, ladies and gentlemen, now Edeslandi Lara. Your prediction for your matchup against Danny Garcia.
Tu vaticinio, tu predicción para este sábado por la noche, ¿cómo termina la pelea contra Danny García?
No voy a hablar nada, victorioso, salgo con la mano en alto.
I don't need to say anything. You know that I'm going to win and I'm going to end up with my hand raised at the end.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our pay-per-view undercard. What a night of boxing on Mexican Independence Day weekend, as this will be a part of Canelo Berlanga, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, as it is PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video. Now we will pose the fighters off for their ceremonial face-off. Do not miss it. Also, for those of you watching on the stream, the weigh-in tomorrow, those of you in Las Vegas, free, open to the public outside of Toshiba Plaza at T-Mobile Arena, as we wish all the fighters a good luck. Tom Brown in the center of TGB Promotions. Thank you.
All right, guys, here we go. Turn for the cameras, guys. Right here, down in front together, please. TV's in the back. All right, thank y'all, gentlemen. If you could please just hang tight right over here. All right, Caleb. All right, guys, we'll go feet on the tape, please.
Look soft. Let's go, Caleb. Let's go, Caleb. Overrated.
All right, guys. Here we go. Let's turn for the cameras, guys.
Overrated.
Come on, guys. Let's turn for the cameras. Here we go.
Let's look out, guys. Let's look out, guys.
Here we go, guys.
We're gonna be the next guys.
Here we go, guys.
Let's go. All right.
Guys, right here together, please.
You ain't no real cowboy. You ain't no real cowboy. Sounds good. You ain't no real cowboy. Put them back.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, thank you, gentlemen. I can't wait. Let's bring in the co-main.
We got started.
Let's step back, guys.
You're the cry. You cry. You're the cry, baby. You can't wait. You're the cry, baby. You always crying.
You ain't no real cowboy.
Why are you always crying about shit? Why are you always crying about shit?
Here we go, cowboy. I'm gonna show you what one. I'm gonna show you a real gunslinger. I'm gonna make you real. I'm gonna make you. I'm gonna make you real cry. I'm gonna make you really cry. Yeah, we're gonna see. I'm gonna make you really cry. I'm gonna bless that shit wide open.
All right, thank y'all, gentlemen.
All right, guys. Let's go.
Bless that shit wide open. Fuck you.
Dan, Air Slamming. All right, guys, feet on the table, face off. All right, guys, let's turn for the cameras. Here we go, guys. Right here together, please. Down in front. TVs up top, guys. Cameras in the back. All right, guys, hold there. Let's bring in Trevor. Where'd Caleb go? Caleb. Where'd Caleb go? Where's Plant?
He's coming. He's coming.
Caleb, we can have you right here and then rolling. Everyone nice and tight, please. All right, everyone together, please, down in front. Cameras in the back, guys. Cameras up top in the back. All right, thank y'all, gentlemen. All right, real quick, Danny, we're gonna have you in front. Arislani, right over here. If y'all two could please go to Radio Row in the back. Caleb, Rolly, if y'all could please head to Radio Row. We'll bring y'all up here after. Arislani, right over here. They've got you. Danny, excuse me, bud. I got this for it. Let's get, because I want to get this out of here. Yeah, I got it. All right. Danny? For Garcia. We want Garcia over here, all right?
You're big though. You're not big for 135 or 140. You think kind of is. You're big at 40. You got like a lot of muscle. So like you use a lot of muscle. I can tell. The leg in the back. Yeah.